guys, so I asked everybody on Twitter if you guys would be interested in like little bitty sewing tips because a lot of you guys ask questions when I post work in progress photos, and it's easier to explain in video, but I'm not really a huge tutorial person, so I figured I would just like record some of the little things that I know how to do here and there, and hopefully that helps somebody out. Right now I'm actually working on a dress, and I'm doing the bodice portion. This is my pattern, or my cut fabric right here, but I'm not going to use this piece so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I've cut a little mock piece out of some lining, so you guys can see the pink thread on the white. And right now I'm about to stay stitch the bodice. And stay stitching is super simple. A lot of the time if you're working with a pattern, it's going to tell you something like stay stitch the neck edge and bodice and front side front edges from cut edge in direction of arrows. Basically what that means is, where to go? Hang on. If this is your neckline, you are going to measure a ½ inch down, and that's where you're going to mark to sew. You don't have to mark it. If you can just pin it, or if you can eyeball it, go for it. But stay stitching keeps the neckline, or curves in fabric. You can stitch curves in a bodice, things like that. It keeps them from stretching and wearing over time. And it's basically just running a line of stitch along the fabric, and it just kind of holds the fabric in place underneath the lining when you seam it up. So what you're going to do on your machine is you're going to put your stitch on the longest stitch possible, and for me that's a 5mm stitch, so that means it's a long stitch dotted line, not a really close little dotted line. So now all you do is you are going to line that up with your machine, and do it slow because you're going on a curve, and if you go too fast you won't be able to control it as well around the curve. So you're just going to very slowly, or as fast as you're comfortable, go around the edge of your seam here and just guide it around the curve, and you just do this all the way around the neckline. I'm going to speed it up a tiny bit because too slow can be a little irritating. So you're just going to guide all the way around till you get to the end. And then when you get to the end, you are going to do a back stitch, and that's basically where you just reverse the stitch once or twice, and it really just secures it in there and kind of knots it. Because stay stitching stays in forever. Then you're just going to clip your thread. And that is a stay stitch. So ignore the shoddy job. But this is, yeah, this will just kind of keep your fabric from stretching and wearing over time on the curve of the neckline, so you don't get any stretching or pulling of the fabric. So, yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Carry on.